Now, people are framing this as Gillette backtracking. I think that's political for the most part, but it does seem like Gillette has swung the pendulum kind of in the other direction in a weird way. For those that aren't familiar, Gillette came out with an ad a couple months ago that criticized masculinity. For the most part, it was like toxic masculinity is bad, all that stuff. And it did poorly. People were very critical of it. It was thumbs down all the way. And here we have a new ad called Every Hero Sweats. You can go check it out. This video is going to be commentary on the happenings around it, because I also have business article pulled up. I also have Reddit pulled up. We're going to be talking about this, so if you haven't seen it, maybe you should go watch it. But let's talk. First of all, the like to dislike ratio has been disabled. Gillette learned their lesson, but more importantly, it may be that Gillette knows this is a direct response to the negative reaction to the video they made last time. Listen, I am all for equality and social justice and all this good stuff. The problem is there are a specific group of people that are negative. Okay, so look, right? If you want to make the claim that there is, like white privilege or class privilege and all that stuff, then what we're really talking about doing is lifting people up to help them. I agree with that. Like, can we send tablets to foreign countries full of educational information to help them learn how to farm and how to be more sustainable? That's good. But this certain group of people is all about tearing others down. And it's exemplified to a great degree by like Captain Marvel, if you've been paying attention to that. Brie Larson made a bunch of negative and condescending, snarky, and just mean-spirited statements. She did a little head bob, and that pissed people off. Michael B. Jordan from Black Panther made positive statements, and he was respectful, and that made people happy. So here's what happens. I think this is kind of a pendulum swing absurdly in the other direction. So there's so much about this commercial that I feel like, chill out, Gillette, you don't understand. Now, I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with this other than it's a big PR attempt for sure. You basically have this dude who's presumably in the army. He's got some beautiful kids. This is a white family with a guy who looks like Guile from Street Fighter, and they're all blonde hair, blue-eyed. And it's a very positive depiction of this guy overcoming challenges. And I'm like, that's cool. It's fine. I don't see anything inherently wrong with this other than it seems to be more corporate BS. They've disabled like to dislike, probably because this would get slammed. And also, they've disabled the comments, yes, because it would likely be slammed. Now, when I say it's kind of swinging the pendulum in the other direction, here's the point I want to make. Gillette, your first commercial's problem wasn't diversity, and it wasn't criticizing toxic masculinity. The problem with that commercial was that it was mean, and it was a negative portrayal of men. If you want to challenge toxic masculinity and support diversity, you can do all of those things by showing good things. So here's what they do in the first commercial. 85–90% of the commercial is guys doing bad things. And then only at the end are guys stopping the bad things. Yes, you've shown that guys overwhelmingly do. It was a stereotype. It was an offensive stereotype. It's probably the easiest way to put it. What do we have here? This is also weirdly specific. Like, it seems to me that Gillette is trying to make up for this PR damage, but they've done it in a really weird way. Like, listen, I don't care that, like, maybe this is just me, but it feels like they opted to have a blonde hair, blue-eyed white family specifically as the focal point. And maybe that's just me. Maybe it's just me. But it's kind of like, dude, make a commercial. I don't care if it's a mixed race family, whatever. Just don't be a dick about it. So ultimately, I will say this. I can respect them for this commercial. I think this commercial does a way better job. It shows just a normal dude overcoming life challenges, being in the army. He gets a job. He shakes this woman's hand. He goes home and says, "Honey, I got the job." They hug, and I'm like, that's fine. It's good. I'm nitpicking here, to be honest, because I feel like this is more corporate BS where they're just trying to win people back. And here's what I'll do. I'll hop over to. So I have this plug, and you can see it right here. It's vidIQ. It shows me all of the Reddit posts and comments, and boy, is there a lot. This is funny. We'll jump over to Reddit here. We can see Gillette is sorry. Post new ad featuring a healthy white family. See, I'm not the only one who noticed that. Translation, please come back, white men. We need your money. We then have, so that's the Donald. We have Kotaku in action. Gillette Backtracks on toxic masculinity ad. You can see this is the one where that was actually sent to me. Then we have Jordan Peterson. Gillette fully backtracking on toxic masculinity with new advert. And again, from Jordan Peterson, new Gillette commercial shows a more balanced view of what I feel many of us imagine a good man to be. I agree. So they want to act like their first ad was like, oh, no, we're trying to do the right thing. And it worked. It was great. People, they're trying to claim like it was a success. They've claimed it was a success, but their sales didn't go up. I'm going to say this. If you spend money on an ad campaign and you don't sell any product, it was a failure. Their response, but we started a conversation. Congratulations. You can eat a whole lot of conversation. I imagine all of the starving people and all of your employees are probably praising the Lord that they received a paycheck that says one conversation. No, nobody cares. Are you making money or not? And this is not a criticism of capitalism either. This is just an exchange of value. Are people willing to buy your product? Are you contributing? The answer is no. So for me, I'm going to say this. I can respect any attempt at doing the right thing. And so I think we shouldn't, I'd be willing to say, okay, Gillette, I can respect you for this. There needs to be a path to redemption. If Gillette screwed up, show them that they're doing something better. Now, I don't think the commercial needed to be a healthy white family. That's not the issue. It could have shown any man doing this, but sure, fine. I get it. They're trying. So here's my response. If you want Gillette to continue doing the right thing, if you want them to make more commercials about healthy families and men overcoming challenges in a good way, then support them on this. Say, here's my official response. I would say the first commercial I thought was bad. This one, I'm not a big fan of either, but I really respect and appreciate it. So I think it's commendable. I do. And there's more actually too, because I want to make sure they get the credit where it's due. Simply because they're trying to do, corporate whatever, doesn't mean I'm going to rag on this, right? So here we have from Business Wire, Gillette deodorant spotlights military heroes in new campaign, Every Hero Sweats, Some Never Show It. Company pledges to commit up to $2.5 million in product donations to Operation Homefront for service members and their families. Okay, product donations. Sure, I'm not sure how much people are going to be really happy to receive some deodorant in the mail, but I can respect them giving away free product to servicemen and things like that. It seems like they're trying to do something good here. I will say this. If Gillette is trying to just win over people because they were bad with, they made a bad commercial, I don't care. I don't care. A lot of people criticize corporations for making these, for giving, donations away because it's just an attempt at marketing. Good. I would love to see a culture where advertisements are based on helping people. Could you imagine that? So Gillette's going to give away $2.5 million in product. I'm not sure their product is that valuable for the most part, but sure. Hey, we need shaving products. We need deodorant and all that stuff. People buy that stuff. It's a big market. So it can really help people who have to choose between paying rent or buying food if they get their products for free, especially, people who are trying to support a family and are in the armed forces. Respectable. I don't care what their intention was. They did a good thing, period. Now, the commercial we can criticize because it seems to be really pandery once again, but I'll say this. You want to guide them in the right direction, appreciate, say, okay, fine. This is actually from a couple days ago. They say, Gillette deodorant in partnership with Operation Homefront today launches the campaign titled Every Hero Sweats, Some Never Show It, to showcase the lesser-known challenges service members face when retiring or separating from the military and re-entering the private sector. Gillette deodorant celebrates the everyday heroes that go through the stress, all while balancing the everyday demands of their job, family life, and any number of challenges they face. So, there was a news story about Trump, his administration wanting to push for decriminalization of homosexuality in foreign countries. And a lot of people, there was criticism on the left where they said this was a racist tactic. It's like you're trying to challenge a foreign country of a different race of people with cultural pressure from the US, therefore it was racist. My response is, sure, I don't care. It's a good thing. So we can rag on Gillette all day and night for their stupid virtue signaling garbage commercial. But if they're gonna give servicemen, in-kind donations, then I'm gonna say, okay, fine. It's a good thing, right? It's a good thing. So they go on to say this. I don't think we need to. So they say P&G is proud to be a major employer of U.S. Armed Service veterans. The company has a long history of employing veterans across its entire business and operations. Veterans bring leadership, discipline, perseverance, and teamwork skills that can enhance P&G work systems culture, creating competitive advantages that can lead to better business results. I want to make one more point before signing off on this. Look at the family in this ad. Now, as you saw from Reddit, the Donald, they said it was trying to get white families. I think this says something different. I think Gillette they've got market research, and after they put out the commercial about toxic masculinity, I would be willing to bet one of the most impacted demographics is armed forces personnel, because it was very critical of masculinity. And there are these people who join the armed forces. Some people, it's just a job. For sure, I know people who have joined the army and they say it was just a job, it's whatever. Some people really are, hell-bent on sacrificing and doing what they have to do to protect the freedoms of the United States and to serve in the best way possible. And I feel like there's a lot of people who are in the armed forces who are putting their bodies on the line, who saw the commercial and said, man, that is just so unfair. I think this is a response to the actual demographic hurt by Gillette's former commercial. It probably really offended this type of group, specifically. This is not, in my opinion, to pander to the right, per se, but the exact demographic that was offended by it. Probably, though, showcasing armed forces personnel will play up to conservatives. So, yeah, it's corporate pandering. But you know what? If they're gonna try and do better, good on them. If they're gonna give away $2.5 million in product, good on them. I commend them for it, and I would only ask they do more to better. Be positive. I don't care if you want to push diversity commercials, whatever. So long as you're being good to people, you're respecting people. You are not pushing diversity when you insult, deride, and stereotype people. How is that so hard to understand? Stick around. I got more videos coming up in just a few minutes.